Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and our Kings Competitions. We're here. I feel like it's been a while. Maxi Hughes, how are we, my mate?
I'm brilliant, mate. I'm obviously you're not on camera, but I'm absolutely loving the T-shirt, and I'm looking forward to getting my own next week.
Yeah, just for reference, I've got a WBC T-shirt on. In no way am I affiliated, but yeah, it's one I bought many years back. But look, you've got your sights set on a version of their titles next week. Bit of a homecoming in Donny. First off, how excited are you to have that sort of the show back home? I know it's something you've talked about long before America as well, while that was on your list, but a local one, and one for you to get your teeth in now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be brilliant to fight at home, at a beautiful stadium as well. Last time I boxed at home, 7 years ago in Doncaster, 8 years ago, and obviously we're only on the smaller shows, which I'm not dissing that because that's how I come up. But then to box, at Doncaster's stadium, it's brilliant. Now we're a city as well, so yeah, and we've got a good fight. Like you say, to get my teeth stuck into, big carrot dangling there with WBC silver title, and I would say that about the T-shirt because it's something I've always wanted. When somebody wins although I didn't get one when I won the WBC International, never got that. But just obviously close to home, Dalton Smith at the weight above getting the silver, he got the T-shirt put on with the hat. I'm like, I want that. Yeah. I want that.
It's sort of part of the ceremony, isn't it? When you win it for the WBC, you get the belt, you get your T-shirt. It's been one of them things over the years. Yeah. Look, let's talk about the fight itself. When I saw this fight get made, straight away I was thinking, banging fight. Yeah. Archie's moving up in weight. I know he says he feels more comfortable at this weight. You're started on this good run of form again since Zepeda defeat. I know you want to be active and back in big fights. Yeah. What is this fight for you? Because when I saw it get made, I knew it was a good fight, but it's now got a little bit of spice in it. I've seen a few things being said, not directly to each other back and forth, but I think it maybe started with him. But you've responded. Tell us the background to what's been said and what's gone
on. So I saw a video. Obviously, I know everybody's got to back themselves and be confident. But there was an interview where he'd said, what's 3 things you're better at than Maxi? Footwork, mindset, which I didn't quite understand, and he's just all around sharper. And yeah, that's what was said. And I thought, well, he's only sharper by name. But yeah, it's good. It's good because it's that fire that I need. I've got somebody who wants to come to my back garden and stop me on this, the run of form that I'm on.
Did that give you a bit of a buzz? I know you don't normally need it. I've seen enough of your camps now to know that you're self-motivated. You know the task at hand, and you knuckle down to work, and you do take it seriously. But when you hear them comments, did that give you maybe that's something extra you needed for a fight like this to go, you know what? I know there's not maybe that world title on the line. There's that, I don't know, that fight in Vegas, but obviously it is back home, and now you've got somebody questioning me. Perfect.
Yeah, and it's like, right. I tell you what. I'm not just gonna have a shutout win here and win every round. I'm gonna come looking for stoppage. Yeah. That's the kind of fire it gives me. I won't be happy with a shutout win.
Do you believe that? I know you're sort of laughing as you say it because seeing you long enough now, when you get into your rhythm, if you control the pace, you can normally go, run away with the rounds. Do you look at this fight and go, it would be extra special to put on a bit of a statement here and sort of really close that door for him in your home city?
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe it. With how this training camp's gone, obviously you wear a lot of fight. Oh, it's best I've ever had. I can't exactly say it's best I've ever had because I should have done really, but I don't keep notes of how things are going. But certainly it's been a lot better than the Cully camp that I had, that with the illness. I think it were actually thinking about it, probably COVID, but I never tested for it. I had to have antibiotics for my ear infection, chest infection, and it ended up going on for 6 weeks. Literally, 8 days before fight, my cough and that cleared up. Still had a bit of snot in my nose, fight week. So obviously comparing it to that camp, and I only had about 7 weeks for that, which is more than enough. This camp has been a million times better than that.
Not just that as well, but say you were that ill, and I knew what you were going through sort of in the build-up to that, but you put on a hell of a performance that night as well.
Yeah, I'd still got that in me, when it's time to go, put all that, again, I've experienced that now. I can cross-reference that and go, look how my camp went, look at the performance that I put in. I can cross-reference it and put that in my experience bank and go, look what I can do off of that sort of camp. And it's already been a million times better, this one, so it just gives me even more confidence.
At this stage of your career, people will be saying, look, you're in the twilight, the final chapter, and all these phrases, but whenever I speak to Sean when we come in here, it's always, you're one of these fighters that's sort of doing it arse backwards. You're getting better with age. Your experiences have taught you a lot, and you're maturing through your performances. Even now, how old are we? 35 years young. But what do you want to do now? Because you've had big nights. You've had them sort of moments where I think you can look back and go, you have left a legacy in the sport, whatever you do. Headlined in America twice. You've done something that your other mate here still wants to do. What is it? Is it another crack at a world title? Is it to settle a score with Cambosos? What do you want?
There's a few things, and I feel good. Everybody peaks and hits the prime at different times in their life and career, and I feel like right now I'm in mine. Maybe a bit later, but I was just seeing of it years, athletes, especially athletes who look after themselves out of competition. That age is going along, like I know he's an elite footballer, Ronaldo and Messi. What are they? They're nearly 40, aren't they? Better be 41 years old.
Even when you look at Kakachi, who's 36, he's coming into his own now.
I was almost a bit annoyed watching that. Both obviously Wood and Kakachi, 36-year-old, and that's what they're like. Oh, just look at them. For their age, 36. They're like, doesn't matter about their age. Look how especially obviously Kakachi winning like that, brilliant. His age has got naught to do with it. It's about how he performs, and and that's how I think. My how I'm performing in the gym and in my fights. That speaks for itself. So, and I'm feeling good. And like I said earlier, every Tuesday we go do hill sprints, and there's quite a bit of a gang of us now. Even Reese has joined us. And Reese is the only person I don't lap. And that's my motivation when I get there. Going, right, I'm oldest here. These young pups,
Who's at these hill sprints? Come on, who is it?
We have even got a young kid. I think Eddie Archie. I think Eddie's 16. I might be younger, 15, 16 or 17 he is, and he's obviously looking going Maxi, old man Maxi. But my motivation is let these young'uns eat my dust. So that's the motivation, and I feel good. And yeah, like I said, what I want in my career is to fight for one of the four. Obviously, I won the IBO world title. I'm very proud of that. But my goal now is to fight for one of the big four world titles, and I've been this close. I should have had my chance against Lomachenko, but that were taken away from me, and then it went even more wrong against Zepeda in WBA and IBF Eliminator. So I've been so close. I've had it in my grasp. I've got it so close, and I know what it takes to get there. I've got myself there. So that's just made me more hungry. So that's the motivation, and that's the goal. And yeah, I would love another fight with George. He never ever responds to me, ever tagging him, mentioning him. He's just blanks me altogether. So I don't know. Obviously, we're still both looked after by Lou DiBella. So it's one for future maybe. But right now as we speak, obviously we've got a job to do next week.
Look, we're not looking past next week, and I say that with all due respect to Archie Sharp, because he's a good fighter in his own right, and I know you're not looking past him, but obviously when I talk to you, it is about the bigger picture, just like if I spoke to him. Yeah. But when you look at the names in and around your division, depending on if you do move up, your likes of Aki, Sean Davis, and all these other fighters, is it this way? Would you move up? Would you, if that George fight was there, would you move up for that?
Yeah, I'd move up for George, because I know he's he don't punch that hard. He's not that strong, you know. And I feel like he would be quite a small, 140-pound fighter. But if the fight's right and the money's there, then I would move up. But I'm at lightweight pretty comfortable. Like you say, the division's stacked, and winning the WBC silver title next week will put me right up there, you know, amongst them names. And obviously a fight that I would love again is Zepeda. You know, obviously he's just looks like they're July 12th, innit?
Yeah. With Shakur.
Yep, so I'd love the winner of that, you know, whoever it is, you know, and if it's Zepeda, it makes it more special, a bit more personal, as long as the stars align and I get wherever the fight is, I get there on time, not deported. Yeah, and I've spoke to William again on social media, and that he follows me, I follow him, and I'm supportive of his journey. He was nothing but respectful to me. His family, his mum and his dad, come out of the way after the fight and spoke to me. So nothing but respect for him. But I would love that chance. You know, if he beats Shakur and is WBC champion, I would love, you know, that fight again.
It put you right in position as well with a win over Archie Sharp to get that. But you must look at the flip side to that and think if Shakur wins, and I know Shakur's fought Josh Padley from this neck of the woods. Imagine that he goes from Josh Padley to Zepeda to Maxi Hughes.
Two Donny lads.
Two
Donny lads in a year.
Yeah. But you must look at that and go, you know what? Belts aside as well, it's a good fight for you financially.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, that is the motivation to make life easy for my family. You know, we've moved into that house, we've had plans approved and submitted, so we've got some work, got some plans. So things are, you know, there's plenty to fight for. You know, obviously apart from selfish reasons for me, but for my kids and my wife and my household.
Well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing you do your thing. I think it is a terrific fight. Izzy's putting on a good show at GBM. Stadium fight as well. Only young into his promotional career as well. Just quickly, I've not noticed that tattoo on your arm before. How long's it been there? What is it?
It's been about 5 weeks. But obviously, speaking of my reasons for fighting, it's my kids. Our boy was born on 6th of August, and our Remy is born on the 10th of October. Yeah, so 6/10. You know, I've got them also tattooed here. I'm going to end up covered because I think I'm going in for another one on my hand with some more initially, and it's all about them. It's my reason. You know, I love them to bits. Yeah. So you know, they're my motivation. When I'm running, I look down. Every time I look down, I see their dates, and that's my motivation.
Well, long may that continue, and long may this sort of period of your career continue. We'll catch you next week. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, mate.